Today on my table, a new magnetic filter system from Freewell.
This is a Cinedy review, supported by B&H and CVP.
If you're a documentary filmmaker like me, you know the issue. You go out, you run, there's a lot of light, you need to compensate on it in some way. What I used to do in the old days is simply use a matte box and put high quality filters or ND filters in order to compensate on the light. But then we moved to small cameras like mirrorless, and we started to work alone in many cases, like a one-man band. So time was crucial, and I think like many, I moved to use variable ND filters. Those were fine, but you always had to screw on and off the filter itself, and in many cases the filter is also rotating endlessly. So now Freewell came up with a very nice solution. It's a magnetic filter solution, and they had magnetic filter solutions before, but this one I think is very genius. So what do we have here? Freewell came up with a very flexible system. First, you have the actual ring. This ring will be attached to the lens itself, and it's magnetic. Then you have two types of bases. Both of them has a certain ND strength to them, because you need this kind of thing in order to create the Vari-ND effect. So one is with a mist. It's a 1/8 of a mist. It creates some glow to the highlights, so it's really nice and gives a certain dreamy look to the picture itself. And then the other one is a one-stop ND filter. Then you have the actual ND filter. And this one will also come in two types of strengths. One is 2 to 5 stops, and the other one is 6 to 9. So far, so good. Now, if you take the same ND filter and rotate it, then you get the CPL, the circular polarizer. And this one will come also in two types of strengths. A normal polarizer, and the other one is stronger, like a CPL 32. So it really depends on the amount of light that you have outdoor. So at the end, what you have is a very compact system. Everything will fit into a nice small pouch. And with those, you can actually play as much as you want. Of course, nothing is perfect, and I think the two things that I would like to indicate. One, I wish, the magnetic is really strong, so sometimes when you are rotating it, the magnetic itself is so powerful that maybe you might risk moving the camera a little bit if you are on a lightweight tripod. So just remember that. The other thing is that the mist itself, to my taste, is a little bit too strong. What I would like to see in the future is actually Freewell creating different strengths of mist simply to diffuse the picture. We are moving into 4K, 8K. The picture looks very much sometimes digitally enhanced, and we want to smooth it. We want to make it a bit nicer and more cinematic. Now, of course, like with any other Vari-ND, there is some color shift, but personally, I'm not so obsessed with this because that's the nature of the beast. Next is how Freewell constructed the system itself. In the base, if you see here, there's a thread here that shows you exactly how to put the base. So first of all, it doesn't matter which base you use, the ND one or the mist one, it has to be put on the frame itself in a certain way. There is no way to make a mistake here. So this is very good. Next, when you put the Vari-ND, you have to look for the letter A. There is one on the ND filter and on the frame itself, the frame that sits on your lens. When you match those A's together, what it will allow is simply hard stops when you're moving the Vari-ND, which is really nice. This Freewell filter system will come in different sizes, and you can order it right now at Indiegogo. And I want to remind everybody that Indiegogo is not a shop, yeah? So please just read carefully the terms and conditions. And if you do decide to order, they have this very super early bird special offer for $300, and then early birds for $350. And later on, the original price of the whole kit will be almost $400. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.